Thank you so much for joining us today on Coffee With. My guest today is JR Armstrong from May & Company. JR, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, you're not actually here to talk about May & Company.
No, I could talk about May & Company, but people don't really want to talk about accounting a whole lot.
Well, you know what? I interviewed Ken Hicks not too long ago, and
I saw that.
That is May & Company.
That's right.
And he was fantastic.
Yeah, Ken is really good.
He really is. But you're here to talk about United Way.
Yeah.
You and Linda Fondren are the co-chairs of the campaign
for
this year.
That's right.
So tell me what's happening and what the goal is and what's going on.
We are really hoping for about $1.4 million. That's the goal right now. It's I think a little bit less than last year than what we had anticipated, but we had the flood and people were so generous during that disaster that we just felt like $1.4 million would be an attainable goal to get everybody all involved and fired up.
Well, recently you had the kickoff that was held at the Southern Cultural Heritage Center.
Yes.
That was a huge success.
Yes, we it's amazing that when people come out and support what we're doing. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. People's lives are so busy. But everybody always seems to make time for the United Way and for the community.
Isn't it what you love about Vicksburg?
It really is. I mean, our campaign slogan is "Hands Across Our Communities," and I think it just really embodies what Vicksburg is about. You see somebody reaching out to help your neighbor, and I think that really embodies what our community is all about.
I love the theme that y'all chose for this year, and it's so colorful and. I do think it's very descriptive of whether we call it something and have a logo that goes with it or not. It's what people do in Vicksburg.
It really is, and that's that. We chose that after the flood that had occurred, and it was just amazing the outreach that occurred during that disaster, and so it really just brought it home that our community, we just are an outreach community, and regardless of the circumstances of the economy or what's going on. The people just support those in need.
Okay, so tell me some of the different, I hate to call them events, but what are some of the different fundraising efforts that we will hear, see, be involved in over the next couple of months as this really gears up?
Probably our biggest fundraiser is just going to be when your employer brings you a pledge card, a United Way pledge card. We just want to make sure that you give freely, give with a happy heart, and I'm an accountant, so I get so caught up in numbers and budgets, and it's so easy to sit in a sterile environment and look at numbers on a black and white piece of paper. But really what I want to focus on is getting away from thinking of, raising money for the United Way. We're really raising money for the, Haven House, for the Good Shepherd Community Center, and for these wonderful agencies that are doing the most good in our community.
Well, I have a friend that when something's been very great or very successful, and he's from Georgia, and we think we have a Southern accent, and he always says, "Oh, that's big and strong." And I always think of United Way, and I always, when you talk about employee pledge cards, I always think when you give big and give strong.
Absolutely, and the main thing is you are just directly enriching the lives of those in our community that have the most need. I mean, the money goes directly back into the community and has the biggest impact. Something that we can't hardly imagine. I had the opportunity to participate in the Day of Caring in April, and before then, I've been with the United Way in several capacities for a number of years, always in an accounting type capacity. Mm-hmm. So it's really easy to have that mindset. Well, when you go out and you see and you touch, those that you're helping, it really, really brought it home what the United Way does. And it was a humbling experience, but one I'm just very, very proud that I got to do certainly before we got into the campaign, because it really brought it home for me.
Yeah. Now, I know one of the other fundraising efforts is the Telemarketing Campaign.
Yes.
And that will be going on probably sometime in October.
Yeah, it'll be coming up before you know it. This year is getting on
crazy,
past us. It really is. So yeah, if you see United Way, don't don't not pick up the phone.
Right. And if they call and say, we're calling to see if you're going to pledge what you pledged last year, I hope people will say, no, I'm going to pledge more.
That's right.
I'll give $5 more than I gave last year, because if everybody would give a few dollars more, it would be phenomenal.
Yep.
Every
Additional $5, the community council is able to deliver, X more meals per week to people who are in need, which the community council is the one who I serve during the day of care, but there are 21 agencies who, all of them do just tremendous good in the community. So.
Well, JR, is there anything I didn't ask you about? Any other events or activities that y'all are going to have going on during the fundraising efforts?
It's such a wild time. Nothing is coming to mind right now.
Okay.
But I, just say keep your ears open. Please fill out your pledge cards, and just do the best you can, because the community really needs and deserves it. And I know everybody will. I mean, they always do.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I know you have a very busy schedule, but I appreciate you being here today. And
well, thank you for the opportunity to come on. I rather enjoyed it, and thank you guys. Thank you for all that you do, getting the word out for the United Way, and helping us get this campaign rolling.
Well, I want you to come back. I want you and Linda to come back after the campaign, and we want to hear all about it.
And we will celebrate busting this $1.4 million.
That would be great.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
JR.
All right, thank you.
Promotional consideration provided by
Amber Sanders from Happy Hair. Get your hair happy at 3402 Wisconsin Avenue.